So back in early September of 2022, Frank Clark pleaded no contest and settled his legal issues for the two separate gun charges he had in 2021. Well, even though that got settled, he still faced potential punishment from the NFL under the personal conduct policy, and the NFL put the hammer down. Let's talk about it, but first, how about those? What's up, guys? My name is Cole, and I do daily news about the Kansas City Chiefs, so make sure to sub if you're new, hit that like button, all that good stuff, and let's get into this quick hitter video about defensive end Frank Clark. He just got suspended by the NFL, and we'll get into that in just a second, how we got here. He pleaded no contest to gun charges early in September of this year, so roughly, 6-7 weeks ago. These are for two separate gun charges that happened back in the offseason of 2021. Now, when he pleaded no contest to those two counts of misdemeanor possession of an assault weapon charge, blah, 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 he was sentenced to 1 year of probation and 40 hours of community service. So while you think, oh, well, good, no real charges, just community service, not so fast. He still faced punishment from the NFL under the personal conduct policy. I talked about that in a video a few weeks ago when Willie Gay Jr. got suspended for breaking a vacuum, and I said, hey, I'm pretty sure Frank Clark's suspension is coming next. So ironically, Willie Gay Jr. is back for 1 game. Frank Clark is gone for 2 games. So Willie Gay Jr. suspended for 4 weeks for breaking a vacuum, and Frank Clark suspended for half that, 2 games, for wielding Uzis. Now, we won't get into the state laws and what state has legal guns and blah, blah, blah. Here's the bottom line. He should not have had the guns that he had in the state that he was in. Simple as that. You break a law, you have to face the consequences, and he's going to be paying for it. So Adam Schefter just reported at 4 p.m. Chiefs defensive end Frank Clark was suspended 2 games for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy. Ian Rappaport weighed in as well. This is basically echoing the same thing, stemming from him pleading no contest to a pair of misdemeanor gun charges from a June 2021 incident for possession of a concealed firearm. Adam Teicher of ESPN said, the Chiefs are on a bye this week, but that means Clark will miss games in Week 9 against the Titans and Week 10 against the Jags. He will return Week 11 against the Chargers. Zach Eisen says, second time this season the Chiefs have had a guy suspended in the middle of a season for something that could have been taken care of before the season even started. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but now I won't jump on the conspiracy theorist train really because he didn't settle. Frank Clark didn't settle this case until the season already started. Once you then settle, the court case finishes up, then the NFL starts to do their own little process, and I don't claim to be an expert in their process, why it takes so long, and then how they decide who gets suspended for how long. Deshaun Watson, for God's sake, is only suspended for 11 games, and that guy is an absolute dumpster fire of an individual train wreck that should never play a single snap in the NFL for the rest of his life. But hey, money. He ironically returns, by the way, to face the Texans, his former team. Go freaking figure. But this video isn't about Deshaun Watson. It's about Frank the Shark Clark, who came off of a really good game against the Niners, including a safety on Jimmy Garoppolo, beating what is perceived to be the best left tackle in the NFL in Trent Williams. So great work by Frank Clark, but bad work by Frank Clark for the gun charges that happened in 2021. He's kind of turned a new leaf. Seems to be all good. No offseason issues this past year. Good thing, but you have to pay the piper. You have to face the consequences of your actions, and unfortunately, it happens in the middle of the season. So that means the Chiefs got to step up. This is hopefully after the bye week. That means Mike Dana and his calf injury is better, and he'll be good to go. You'll have Malik Herring. You'll have Carlos Dunlap. You'll have young George Karlaftis, and you may even potentially have somebody else. Trade deadline is November 1st. The weak part of the Chiefs defense, in my opinion, is the D-line, specifically the ends at times. So, hey, maybe a move will happen. The Chiefs will make something happen, and we'll have some guy in here in the in-between time that Frank Clark is suspended. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen. It could very well, though. Very unfortunate. But again, here's the update. Frank Clark, suspended 2 weeks. He's going to miss Week 9 against the Titans and Week 10 against the Jags. Not the two craziest teams to miss on, although the Titans did spank the Chiefs last year pretty badly. I just rewatched that game because I'm a sick individual and like to soak up pain and loss for whatever reason. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of this suspension? Was 2 games enough? Was it too much? I estimated he would be suspended between 1 and 3 games, leaning more towards 1, but hey, he got 2. It is what it is. If you're new around here, make sure to sub, hit that like button if you haven't on your way out, and then check out this video here, pew pew, which is a horrible take from Colin Cowherd, sorry, and a little rebuttal I did on his poor take in a video last night. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go. How about those?